part 2 of Symbolism and Yakuza tattoos, continuing on of nature and plants. The maple leaf showed the passage of time and the cycle of life. It was often shown at different stages of the year, so spring, winter, fall, summer. The lotus represents the struggle of life to reach its full potential and its beautiful potential. Blooming lotus tattoos represented a spiritual awakening and the metaphorical journey through the difficult parts of life to a higher plane of existence. So the lotus was a very spiritual tattoo, and it was one of the ones that was often left with the lining that I talked about earlier, where you kind of had to reach a point in life for you to complete that tattoo. Lastly, in the nature plant section would be water, which was a very often tattoo symbolized kind of more as a background piece behind the different animals and the different plants would be floating in the water. But it showed change, adaptation, adaption, and that's the same, and life, as well as the powerful force of nature. Lastly, looking at just kind of miscellaneous ones, the samurai was a very popular element, and it's just to show the way of the warrior and kind of the code that samurais followed, which stressed honor, courage, loyalty, and proper action, and it was rooted in a lot of Buddhist and Confucian ideas, so that one again was a very spiritual tattoo to have. The geisha was another one. It showed fertility, good fortune, and tradition. The oni mask was kind of to show that it was dueling out punishment, so that person had most likely a specific job in the Yakuza. The skull represented change, the cycle of life, and respect for one's ancestors. And finally, the severed head can mean courage, fearlessness, and oddly enough, it was to symbolize respect for one's foe, and it can also be considered a warning, as well as similarly with the for the oni mask.